Hello, welcome to the video on the surface area of basic figures. This is our example set B video, and our focus here is going to be finding the surface area of a pyramid and cone. Alright, so if you recall from the lesson, to find the surface area of any specific figure, we need to apply the correct formula. Alright, but just as important, we want to make sure that we know how to properly evaluate the formula with the given information. So let's go ahead and get started with our problems. So we have a square pyramid here, and I have the formula written out, and this is the general formula for finding the surface area of a square pyramid. It simply states that the surface area is equal to the lateral area plus the base, and the lateral area just is the side of the pyramid, and the base is the bottom. But that's not going to help us. What we need is the specific formula for the pyramid. Okay, so let's go ahead and start plugging in the information. But like what I was talking about in the introduction, we need to understand what these variables represent. So the surface area is going to be equal to n times 1/2 b times l plus b. All right. So what is n? Well, n represents the number of faces on this pyramid. Okay, or the number of sides. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 sides, so that's n. 1/2 b. B is the base of the pyramid. And you can see that is 13, so that's our b here. So 1/2 times 13 times L. And L represents the length from the bottom of the pyramid to the peak. Okay, not the height of the pyramid, but the length from the bottom is if you were going to kind of travel up the side of the pyramid to the very top, that length is 9. Okay? Alright, so the base, B, is the surface area of the base, is simply the surface area of this square that forms the bottom of the pyramid, and that's going to be 13 times 13. That's how you find the area of a square. So here is our entire formula set up with our actual numbers. So go ahead and take a moment and work through the calculations, and I'll do the same. So the first part, I'm getting 2 times 13 times 9, that's 234, plus 13 squared, or 13 times 13, is 169. So let's go ahead and add these two numbers together for our grand total of 403. Now, 403 what? Remember, units of measure when we're talking about area and volume. Well, the measurement here, this symbol is in inches, so our area is going to be expressed in inches squared. Right? That's the surface area of this square pyramid. Now, let's move on to our next problem. Okay, this is a cone, so we want to find the surface area of the cone, and we have a nice general formula. It states that the surface area is equal to the lateral area times the base of the cone. That's pretty obvious, but we need something more specific to actually find this surface area. So we're going to have to use a specific version, which is the following. And it states that the lateral area, you can find that by multiplying pi times the radius times the length. So the radius is given as 5, and the length is the sideways length up the cone. Okay, so from the bottom to the top, kind of the same idea as the pyramid. You can see that that sideways length is 9 plus pi r squared, and that's just the area of the bottom here. Okay, so pi r squared, that'll be 5 squared. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a moment and work this out. I'm going to start you off by saying 5 times 9 is 45 times pi. Now we go ahead and just use 3.14 as the value of pi, plus 5 squared is 25 times pi. Now you can, before you actually multiply each individual number by pi, you can simply add 45 and 25, 45 plus 25, and that would be 70 pi. Okay, so one thing you can do to make your calculations a little bit easier. So now let's go ahead and take 70 and multiply it by 3.14, and we get 219.8 Now, once again, Let's not forget about our units of measure. We're talking feet, so that's feet squared, right? So that is the total surface area. Okay, so as we stated before, using formulas is a very important skill, not only in math, but as in science as well. All right, so you want to strive to master using formulas in general, because I can promise you you're going to see them over and over again. All right, so keep working hard. Good luck and hope to see you soon.